Well, thank you, Mark. Only 3 European teams can make the last 8. Spain or Portugal, Holland or Slovakia, England or Germany. So close to call, it really is. 50-50. Whoever turns up on the day will go through. The England team is unchanged for the first time under Fabio Capello. The lineup is David James, Glenn Johnson, Matthew Upson, John Terry and Ashley Cole, James Milner, Frank Lampard, Gareth Barry and the captain Steven Gerrard. Wayne Rooney, will he finally arrive at this World Cup? And Jermaine Defoe. Germany, one change, closer after suspension, winning his 99th cap today, 49 international goals, comes in for the Brazilian-born Kaká, who's injured anyway, and the the German team is Neuer, Lahm the captain, Friedrich, Mertesacker and Boateng, who's recovered from injury and plays at left back, the man who's joining Manchester City. Then the 2 midfield players, holding midfield players, Khedira, who's Ballack's deputy, and Schweinsteiger, past fit to play. And then on the right, Thomas Müller. In the middle, the danger man really, he's only 21, but he's such an important player now in this German side. The player from Werder Bremen, Özil. Then Podolski, the enigma, playing on the left-hand side. And the man I mentioned, closer. Jorge Larionda from Uruguay is the referee. England in red, Germany in white. England, it looks like, will play from right to left. It's been very warm today, but the temperature will cool down during this game. Final thought from Chris Waddle.
Well, I think the 2 well-matched sides play basically the same system, and it's basically, if you win the individual battle, you'll probably go and win the game.
Well, everything that's gone before is history. England must focus only on this German team and this challenge, and hope especially that Fabio Capello's household names will do themselves justice. That's really all anybody can ask. It is a pity it's not the final in many ways, but we're in the last 16, playing for a place in the quarter-final. There's the usual delay here before we can get underway. Wayne Rooney looks impatient, standing over the ball with Jermaine Defoe. England will begin this game still, and this doesn't help, of course, the players to settle down here. I remember Terry Butcher always says, whenever we go to big matches in the past, he always says, make sure your first touch is good. And that's particularly what Fabio Capello and Baldini down there, Franco Baldini, will be looking from these England players, to settle down straight away. Looking for big performances in particular today from Lampard, from Gerrard and from Rooney. Here we go then. Germany against England for a place in the quarter-final of the World Cup. England play the ball back into their own half, and everybody's immediately trying to get a good first touch on the ball. John Terry playing on the right of Matthew Upson. It goes into midfield now, and Barry, who launches it for the first time, looking for Defoe. Neither of these 2 central defences are particularly quick on the turn. England will want to try and test the Germans early on. Germany clear, it's still inside their half. Germany yet to really get hold of the ball. It's Ashley Cole now down this near side, the left. That's going to be some battle between Cole and Lahm, 2 of the very best fullbacks in the world. And England have a throw-in just short of the halfway line.
Well, Germany have dropped off. They're not pressing. They've started the tournament pressing teams. Obviously, they respect England, and they've dropped off. And I think they're going to look for counter-attacking play.
Rooney's first touch, he looked to be bundled over, but the referee plays on. And now Germany get their first meaningful touches until Ashley Cole closes down Özil. And they really cannot afford to give him any space at all. Throw into Germany, looking for Closer for the first time. Closer shuffles it down the right-hand side to Müller. And in comes Ashley Cole with another good challenge against the big Bayern Munich player, playing on the right-hand side. Another Müller for England to cope with. Another Bayern Munich Müller as well. Throw to England. You're listening to 5 Live. Maybe you're listening to us at Glastonbury in the sunshine as England now build once more from the edge of their own penalty area. And it's John Terry onto Glenn Johnson over on the far side. Milner now gets his first touch, wide on the England right. Works it infield to Defoe. Little flick from Defoe doesn't work. And Germany now move it into the England half. Özil doesn't control it. And Gerrard now finds Rooney, whose control is poor. And it's back on the halfway line, but Gerrard reacts quickly and finds Ashley Cole. Gerrard again, near side. He'll have to play in a really disciplined way here today, Gerrard. England can't allow Lahm to go forward with Müller. It's Steven Gerrard once more, just biding his time back inside the England half. Plays it into feet now. Not controlled first time by Milner, but now Lampard to Defoe, who doesn't hold on to it. England need better touches than that. Nervous start perhaps from both sides as Germany bustle forward, and it's an excellent touch now from Ozil, faced by Matthew Upson. Upson trying to take him wide over on the far side. Podolski trying to step in. England want to give this back to David James. Eventually Gareth Barry happy for it to go out for a goal kick.
It started okay. I know there's a few first touches not been how you want. It's very early in the game. Ozil's had it 3 times and lost it 3 times. It's going to take a while for these teams to settle down. You've got to say England have a lot more experience in this German side.
David James now in the England goal, of course, following the error made by Robert Green. Clears for England. Game settling down here then in Bloemfontein. And that's gone straight back into the England half once more. And the ball just runs away. It might actually be a throw in this by the corner flag. Not a goal kick. So England under a little bit more pressure because Glenn Johnson has to make sure that he gets this throw accurately forward. Settling down in the last 16 of the World Cup. England with Milner over on the far side. Milner, of course, who played against the German under-21s in the final in Sweden last year. Many of those German players have graduated into the senior team, including Ozil. Now, throw into Germany. Nobody's picked up Muller yet in the penalty area. In goes the throw in towards Muller. John Terry heads it out. England flick it towards Wayne Rooney, who's a little isolated. Better first touch from Rooney, but he's closed down by Khedira. Rooney heads it forward. German defenders are back. It's Mertesacker giving goalkeeper Neuer his first touch. Relatively inexperienced Neuer in the German goal. Fabio Capello already out pointing. England looking to build, and a break on for Wayne Rooney. No, the flag is off, given for offside. Eventually over on the far side, Germany pushing up. Rooney can't believe the decision. Flag was quite late, and it's a German free kick.
I think he's blew for the initial ball coming forward, not for Lahm playing it forward. I think he's actually flagged when the ball came forward from Upson's header. And I think people thought that it was Lahm who played it, so he did, but he'd already flagged.
Now Schweinsteiger looking for the run from Ozil. Danger here for England. Ozil shot, saved by James's legs, and the ball goes away for a corner kick. Nobody really tracking Ozil there, and on the break, David James saving England with his feet, and it's a corner to Germany far side.
Good place by Ozil, but a good ball by Schweinsteiger, and England are quite fortunate it was on his right foot, not his favoured left.
So we see Boateng, the fullback, going into the England penalty area. He's standing right on the goal line. Germany then with this first corner kick of the game here, over on the far side, the left. Germany 0, England 0. Now Boateng backs away and James holds it beautifully. Good catch, confidently held there by James. Reassuring. And then a big high clearance downfield, but it should be Friedrich's ball. Not a very good first touch for him though. It almost ran to Rooney on the halfway line. Boateng got in ahead of Rooney, and now Schweinsteiger, who's such a smooth passer of the ball. Try to find Muller. England struggling to get this one away at the moment. Now it's out of play, and Schweinsteiger starting to step up a gear here in the match. Schweinsteiger's throw to Khedira, who won't venture very far forward at all. Boateng had to hit that one quickly, and it's an offside against Ozil, and England have a free kick. And we've played just over 5 minutes of the first half. 0-0 here in Bloemfontein.
Well, it's very frantic at the minute. Nobody can really put their foot on it. A lot of challenges going in, and really Ozil the only chance of the game.
James, like the way that he confidently handled that one though just a few moments ago. All in yellow, away to our right. Fantastic support here once more for the England team, but also the Germans getting fantastic support away to our left. That's a poor ball from James downfield, and Fabio Capello won't be happy with that, because remember him giving Joe Hart a hard time recently when he wasn't able to be more constructive with his distribution. He's now actually looking across at the England bench as well, James, almost as if to say, well, what could I do there, because nobody was really offering. Germany build now from inside their own half with the captain Lahm. Such a consistent performer, rarely misses a German game. Ball swept into the England half. Glenn Johnson's there, but Terry takes responsibility. The ball's on the halfway line. Barry now trying to turn with Khedira. That's the ball out of play though from Barry, lacking the control. It's towards Fabio Capello, and Germany just starting to settle down here, have a throw in.
Nobody's settled yet, Mike. They're still obviously looking for it to get the foot on it, string 4 or 5 passes. At the minute, Liverpool. I'm thinking of red there, but England are rushing everything instead of just putting the foot on the ball. Have 3 or 4 passes.
Schweinsteiger, nice change of pace there, plays the ball onto Muller. Schweinsteiger always making himself available. Little trick there to get away from Defoe. Starting to pull the string. Schweinsteiger finding down this near side Ozil. Bit of German possession now. Lahm infield, nicely played to Khedira. Back again to Lahm. Lahm's venturing forward for the first time. Ashley Cole hasn't got it away, and the ball breaks to Ozil down the right hand side. Ozil now up against Ashley Cole. The ball now possibly may get swept in from Lahm, and Ozil's beaten the offside trap. Ozil's ball in, but it's waiting for it is Upson and England clear, but now Rooney on the break for England. Rooney taking the ball towards the halfway line. Schweinsteiger approaches him. Rooney has to give it back to Glenn Johnson. Johnson now in field to Barry. Barry crosses the halfway line. Milner's available. Milner up against Boateng. Milner turning with Boateng, but I think Boateng's going to be too quick for him here by the corner flag, and does well to avoid putting the ball out of play. Germany keeping possession neatly, and then Boateng hits a high ball back to the halfway line, where Terry takes it on the chest. John Terry of England. On to Lampard, who's struggling to make early impact here. Upson of England. 0-0 here in Bloemfontein. Gerrard's just gone into the centre for the moment. Gerrard turns and then hits a high one to the far side, and that won't find Milner. The intention was right. Couldn't quite get the accuracy though, and it's a throw to Germany, left-hand side.
Well, Gerrard's actually, his movement's been excellent. He's wanting to get involved. He's wanting the ball. He's just overhit a couple of passes. There's no rhythm to the game, no pattern yet.
Graham Taylor's with us. We'll hear from him shortly. When we played about 10 minutes, it's 0-0 as this game continues just to settle down, and now Rooney trying to judge the bouncing ball against Friedrich. Friedrich's header away. Still with England though, and Johnson's overplayed it, and that's going to be a goal kick to Neuer. 0-0, and really neither side has an initiative yet, Chris.
No, there's a lot of nerves. Obviously there's a lot of hype about this game, isn't there? Always is, and nobody's settled down yet. Apart from the chance from Ozil where it was on his right foot rather than his left. Apart from that, nothing happening.
So the German clearance into the England half. Muller, of course, is tall down the right-hand side. He heads the ball on. Terry has to be watchful here against Klose. Ball back in the England area. Out comes David James quickly. But they will always be a handful, Germany, when they get forward. With Klose, one short of 50 international goals. Muller, the youngster down the right-hand side. And, of course, the threat of Podolski over on the left, the enigma Podolski. Ball into the German half, headed away by Friedrich. And now Ozil, again finding too much space for me in midfield. Ozil's ball onto Podolski, but well read by John Terry. England must get tighter on Ozil. Now it's Frank Lampard with a good ball to Steven Gerrard in the centre circle. Gerrard trying to pick a pass here for Defoe. Out though will come Neuer. Defoe can't reach that, and let's get some thoughts now from Graham Taylor. Graham.
Well, the game has still not yet settled down, but Mike, you've taken the words out of my mouth. The one thing I'm concerned about is Ozil. Nobody, I'm not saying he should be man-marked, but he wanders about like he's been in, and David James had to make the save. I'm just a bit concerned about the freedom that he's actually getting.
Well, he must have figured high in the discussions on the game, as now Milner gets the ball for England. Ozil, they always have problems, England, picking up these players who play just behind the strikers, and now England a little congested in midfield. That needs some width here. Barry plays it down the centre. Milner turns into trouble, and here comes the break now with Ozil once more and Podolski. It's Podolski for Germany. Players left and right. Podolski tries a shot. Brilliant block though from England and from John Terry, and now they look to clear on the edge of the penalty area.
Well, there's a classic, isn't it? Ozil and Podolski double helping out the midfield, but ball spills out and everybody had gone forward, and really Podolski should have rolled Ozil back in.
Listening to 5 Live, 10 minutes gone in the game between England and Germany in the last 16 of the World Cup here in South Africa in Bloemfontein, and right in the heart of South Africa. It's 0-0, and now Rooney finding Barry and going for the return ball. Rooney immediately, 2 or 3 German players around him, wastes it, hits it straight at the fullback Boateng. Germany though don't build again, and England now have an opportunity with Ashley Cole down below us on this near side, the left. Pretty cagey opening as you would have expected really, and it's Gareth Barry now. England looking for accuracy with their passing. England fans we can hear now, particularly the fans behind David James's goal. It's Frank Lampard now, hasn't ventured very far forward so far. England do need to get tighter though on Ozil, as now it's Defoe for England. Defoe wriggles the ball to the far side of the field, and Johnson halfway inside Germany's half. Johnson now down the line to Milner. Germany appealed for offside, not given. Milner now swings it in with his left foot, looking for Defoe. Powerful header away by Mertesacker. Barry's trying to close down this time on Ozil, but Schweinsteiger mopping up once more. Now knocks it to this near side, and it's headed down neatly by Muller to his Bayern Munich teammate, the captain Lahm. Lahm against Gerrard. Good ball in field to Schweinsteiger. Does seem to be finding room here, and that's another good ball onto Ozil, and England really not getting tight enough on him. They turn the ball to the far side of the field, and the tall Boateng Boateng now for Podolski, who swings it across from left to right. It's a fantastic ball. Muller, though, doesn't control it, and Ashley Cole goes in really well there for England. Muller's tumbled over with an alleged injury, and Frank Lampard sportingly puts the ball out of play, and Germany will have to give the ball back now from this throw.
Well, it was a fair challenge. It was a very hard challenge, though. Muller just bad first touch, which we've seen a lot. He's caught him slightly on the ankle, but he's got up now, and Germany will throw the ball back to England.
Stephen Gerrard's just getting a word or two there from Stuart Pearce, who played, of course, with Chris against the German side the last time these two teams met in the World Cup itself, in the tournament. Of course, the last time the sides met in a World Cup game, a qualifying game, was the famous 5-1 in Munich for England. Michael Owen and all. Now it's Upson for England in this unchanged lineup. 12 minutes gone in the first half, 5 live. Upson decides to give the ball back now to James in the England goal. England yet to create anything here. We've had an opening for Özil for Germany, saved by David James. Barry, England trying to pass and move here. Barry held up by Özil. Plays it square to Lampard. England looking for some momentum here. Lampard inside the centre circle. Gerrard taps the ball back to Barry. Now it's Ashley Cole just below us on the left hand side. Back again to Barry. Barry comes inside Muller. Barry now for Steven Gerrard wide on the left. So many German players working back. It may break here for Ashley Cole. Now it's a good interception from Philipp Lahm. Ball spins back towards the German penalty area, and it's going to be a goal kick now to Neuer. A little bit better there from England.
Well, that'll give them a little bit of confidence. That was 7, 8, maybe 9 passes, and Ashley Cole, first time he's ventured forward. A bit unfortunate with a challenge off Lahm, but you know, they've just got to keep the ball. It's just grown in confidence, but as you say, they haven't created anything, they haven't put anything in the box yet.
Lahm, so far no real breakaways from him down the right hand side. And Friedrich, who's really a fullback, but he's now playing alongside Mertesacker in the way that Metzelder used. Long ball now from Boateng. Upson's let it sail over his head. Ashley Cole will have to follow this one towards the dead ball line. Closest there, runs into the corner flag, and it's going to be an England throw by the corner flag. Closer reluctant to give the ball back a little petulantly there to Ashley Cole. Throw into England with nearly 15 minutes gone in the first half. Germany 0, England 0 here in Bloemfontein. England throw in to be taken by Ashley Cole. Taking his time, making sure he gets it right. Cole's throw-in doesn't fire. It's poor throw-in, really. Gerrard scoops the ball to the halfway line. Defoe gets a strong challenge from Friedrich. Defoe yet to really settle into the game as now Khedira plays the ball back and Germany regroup on the halfway line. It's Schweinsteiger. If in doubt, give it to him. Muller now going inside this time, finding Lahm down the German right. High ball in, it should be David James's, and it is. It's a beautiful catch once more, and James throws out well. That's better distribution. Lampard now, Rooney and Defoe ahead of him. Players trying to join Lampard in midfield. Rooney takes it on the edge of the centre circle. There's nobody down the left-hand side for him to give it to. Instead he gives it to Gerrard, and now Gerrard sweeps it to the far side. Johnson and Milner are there. Defoe's waiting in the area. Johnson holds and then gives it to Milner. Crossing opportunity here for England. It's Johnson again. It's taking a long time. Now the cross goes in, and it's a poor one, really. And the ball just bounces up easily for Neuer in the German goal.
They're hesitating about putting the ball in the box, and had 3 in there, didn't they, this time? Three red show. Yeah, they go again. Muller.
Oh, here comes the danger now from Thomas Muller once more down the right-hand side. England trying to track back. It's played into closer. Back again to Muller. Muller's played a wasteful ball, though, and although the Germans keep possession, they lose a bit of their momentum. Podolski on to Schweinsteiger. Time for all the England players now to come back behind the ball. As Schweinsteiger finds Lahm's done that so many times in his career. Özil again, hugging the right touchline. Back again to Lahm, and infield to Schweinsteiger. Germany 0, England 0 in the World Cup here in Bloemfontein. Now it's Khedira. Germany looking to try and spring the trap here. Khedira's shot is really poor into the England fans. David James watches it sail wide and high, and it's going to be a goal kick.
You've got to say, though, I think when Germany go forward, their movement's a lot better than England's at the moment. You know, Muller's running inside and Özil comes out wide. There's a lot of interchange in play, and there's not a lot of pressure on the ball.
In the cricket latest score at Old Trafford, England are 28 for 1 with 42 overs left, needing 213 to win the match and the series against Australia. Here, Germany 0, England 0 in the World Cup. England yet to really threaten anything at Neuer's goal. Cautious start from England. The only alarm, really, I suppose, the freedom occasionally that Ozil's getting, and now England look to Rooney. Rooney reaches for the ball, does well to keep it in, and now here's Rooney's chance to attack the German defenders. He's up against Mertesacker. Rooney now not a good ball at all, headed away by Boateng, the left back of Germany, and then a foul given against Johnson on Podolski. He's one of the England players, by the way. Johnson threatened with suspension, Milner and Gerrard being the other players on yellow cards. Muller's just getting a drink, but also some words from his manager down there, as Germany now cross the halfway line, playing from left to right. Schweinsteiger, foot on the ball, surrounded by red English shirts, and he's given it away. And now England find Defoe, looking for a change of pace here. Defoe for England, all on his own. Lampard takes over, maybe running into trouble here. Lampard goes down, he's looking for a free kick, and he's won it. Bit generous that, I think. 17 and a half minutes gone, but a chance for England.
Well, it's a good opportunity, shooting opportunity. 25 yards, middle of the goal, just slightly to the right. But Frank Lampard gets challenged, goes down, and the referee blows. A lot of legs in that tackle. It's an opportunity for Lampard here to strike the ball.
Well, there was nothing on there for England. Lampard wasn't going anywhere. The Germans really didn't need to do that. But here's England's first opportunity to make Neuer in the German goal make a save. At the moment he's standing by his left post. Now Frank Lampard, aware what these balls can do here, these Javelani balls. Can Frank Lampard strike England in front here in the last 16 of the World Cup? He's 25 yards away from Neuer's goal. It's pretty central, and here comes the Chelsea man Lampard, straight into the German wall. Opportunity wasted. It's now back inside the centre circle, and Ashley Cole now does well for England. Cole onto Defoe and to Rooney. Rooney's giving it away. Poor play from Wayne Rooney, and Germany now looking to counter-attack. 18 and a half minutes gone, 0-0 here in Bloemfontein, and that was a big moment for Frank Lampard, and it really was weakly delivered, the free kick. And it's Ashley Cole again now, down the England left, into the centre circle for Lampard. England haven't got the width over on the right-hand side at the moment, so Gerrard steps in. Lampard and Gerrard exchange passes, then the ball to the far side almost found its way through to Johnson. It was well defended by Germany. England now need to put a bit of pressure on this German defence, and they have a throw-in for Glenn Johnson to take wide on the right. Gerrard's gone across for the first time to the right. A cross came in, took a deflection, I thought, and it hasn't taken a deflection because it's a goal kick and not a corner.
No, James Milner, Gerrard, volleyed it across the goal. And it was too much pace on for anybody. But I mean, dominating possession. They're winning a lot of challenges in the middle of the park. They're trying to push Germany back. Germany are quite happy to get behind the ball and play on the counter-attack.
Just got to replay the free kick. One of the German players very close to using his hand there to stop that free kick. But away we go. Germany 0, England. Oh, Terry's out of position. He's lost the ball. Upson against Klose. Klose going in. Oh, to score for Germany. Miroslav Klose punishes John Terry and Matthew Upson right down the heart of England's defence and scores his 50th international goal, and it's Germany 1, England 0.
Well, I've got to say, you don't see many goals like that unless you watch in the morning pub football. That is just a big punt down the middle of the field. What are the two centre-halves thinking about? And where's David James when it comes over the top? That is an unbelievable, simple goal. You're talking about a World Cup. It's just a big punt from the goalkeeper. The two centre-halves are not alive, they're not working each other, they're not covering each other. And give Klose credit, he didn't give up on it. David James backpedals, he's brave Klose, and he punches it into the bottom corner of the outside of his right foot. Terrible goal to give away.
What a wretched moment for England defensively. All it was a clearance downfield from the German goalkeeper Neuer. Terry let it run on. Upson was then confused by Klose. James didn't come and made it very simple, really, for a striker of Miroslav Klose's quality to give Germany the lead. And now Schweinsteiger's stolen the ball away from Frank Lampard, and it's on to Ozil, and there's danger here for England as John Terry tries to close down Ozil. The Germans leading through Klose. Klose can hardly get in the Bayern Munich team as the cross comes in once more, and Muller's header should be saved by James. He hasn't been able to be a regular starter for Bayern Munich, but here for Germany on his 99th appearance, he's now scored a half a century of goals. Only Gerd Muller has managed that before.
Well, I can't believe what I saw there, Mike. I'm sorry, England total control of the game, really. They've won a lot of challenges. We've been worried about the counter-attack. That wasn't a counter-attack, it was a set-piece clearance, which has got them in on one long ball. It's pub football.
And of course that now will help this German team to settle down, and England need to put more pressure on the defenders as Defoe tries to go forward, but it's easily met by Friedrich in the air. and now Germany clear through Lahm. Wasn't a great clearance, but England need to get hold of this in midfield now. They were caught out right down the centre. Terry, Upson and then James, and Klose finished easily. Lampard now looking for Rooney. Hasn't been cleared by Mertesacker, but he doesn't need to anyway. The ball's gone away for a goal kick to Germany. They scored from a goal kick. It's the halfway point of the first half. England were just starting to settle down here. Now they need to climb 2 or 3 gears here because they're trailing 1-0. And here's Alan Green.
Graham, what did you make of that?
Well, as Mr. Beckenbauer says, kick and rush football. The goalkeeper kicks it long, Klose rushes after it, ball at the end of in the net. It was shocking defending. There is no excuse for that. The two centre-backs, to a degree the keeper, but the two centre-backs all over the place. Chris has just described it as pub football, and I understand totally. That's what you see on the Sunday parts.
Sorry, Graham. I had to interrupt there. Germany were on the attack there. Actually, I blamed Terry initially, and then I thought it was compounded wretchedly by James failing to advance. Here's Rooney. He's had a stinker so far, and that just shows what a stinker he's having, because he just belts that high and into the crowd. Well, I can't remember him finding a colleague with a pass, Wayne Rooney.
No, he struggled again today. He struggled the last few games. He just doesn't look himself. His control, his awareness, everything about Wayne Rooney, what you expect. It's not happening in this tournament so far, and we need him in a game like this.
Well, we're just seeing a replay of David James' reaction to the goal. He should look at a mirror as well. Terry and James primarily at fault for that debacle. England 0, Germany 1. And England have had not a single effort on goal so far. Not that Germany have been that much better. Gerrard, unlucky not to get the ball back off Khedira. It flicks into the air. Johnson with a poor defensive header. And here's Podolski to Ozil. Ozil shooting from long range. It hits the goal scorer Klose, and that's behind for a goal kick. By the way, I'm just remembering where I saw this referee. Not refereeing a game, but I saw him at Port Elizabeth Airport with his mates, the 2 assistants and the 4th official, and he was exceedingly noisy over a game of cards and couldn't give a stop who he was annoying. Anyway, I'm more annoyed with the goal. Nearly 25 minutes played. England trail 1-0 here to Germany in Bloemfontein. Milner. Back to the errant Terry. Left for Johnson. And here's Lampard once more. We talk about the key figures. Lampard not involved in the game. Rooney, when he is involved, giving the ball away. Here's Barry. He's certainly properly involved in the match. He finds Terry. Terry away toward the far side. England right. Nice chip pass to Johnson. Into Milner. Milner underhits it to Johnson. Somehow gets to the full-back. And now it's with Lampard. Back to Barry. 35 yards from goal. Shoots. Left-footed straight at the goalkeeper. At least there were 2 England players to phone Rooney chasing up in case it spun back from his arms.
Well, I think that, it's early in the game, I know, but you've got probably, as the game goes on, you've probably got to look at Gerrard going in the middle. Schweinsteiger's running the game, there's no doubt about that. And we need somebody. Look at the 2 centre-halves again. And you've got to look at somebody getting closer and breaking off Schweinsteiger. Lampard and Barry, for all the holding at times, they don't play forward ever. If you look, they don't play any forward balls. It's very slow, always going back.
Here is Barry, and Barry drifts it towards Defoe. It's an awful ball from Gareth Barry. Khedira flicks it towards Ozil, and it's beyond him, and it's behind for a goal kick. England 0, Germany 1 in Bloemfontein. This is 5 Live in the BBC. Lampard for England. Into Barry, inside the centre circle. And Barry slips the pass to the left-hand side to Ashley Cole. Cole back to Barry. England still sluggish in build-up. Not enough movement. Upson to Terry. On to Rooney. Rooney has come deep. Rooney slips away from Friedrich. Passes to the right to Johnson. Only Defoe's in the penalty area. Now joined by Milner of all people. Johnson trying to take on Podolski in the far side of the field. Podolski tackles and beats him, and then hits it upfield straight to John Terry. Terry who finds Lampard. Lazy pass from Lampard. Not good enough. Here's Schweinsteiger over the halfway line. Tackled by Lampard at least.
Well, you've got to say, Alan, Germany's got the tactics right. They're not pushing on. Ozil's finding a lot of space. Schweinsteiger and Khedira in the middle of the park are basically bossing the game. Closer's always a threat. The two centre-halves don't know who's going to pick him up, who's going to cover. Germany have got their tactics spot on at the moment.
Well, the reason for my pre-match optimism was basically I felt that either Lampard or Rooney, or hopefully both, would start to shine. And they haven't yet. And we played 27 minutes of the first half. Germany lead 1-0. James, all in yellow. Clears it right-footed, high towards Defoe. Unequal task because Mertesacker was with him. But the ball breaks to Barry. On to Rooney. Rooney almost lost it. Barry to Lampard. It's so congested there. Only Gerrard's providing width down the left side. And it comes to Gerrard, who points to Ashley Cole. Says get forward. And then Gerrard moves inside. Now he plays it towards Milner, whose first touch wasn't great. But Milner still has the ball. He ran into the Uruguayan referee. Shouldn't have been anywhere near that. And England lose possession. Now it's for the goal scorer. Closer. Runs it out of play. It's a throw into England.
Well, I think England's quite fortunate teams. Ozil doesn't really want to run with the ball a lot today because he's got so much space when he picks it up.
Cole. Back to Upson. And now to Terry. And Terry onto the far side to Johnson. 28 minutes play. England 0, Germany 1 on 5 Live. Upson again. It's still being played at a very slow tempo, the match. Awful pass forward from Upson. 60 yards, straight behind, goal kick, shocking.
We need, you know, if you're watching this game, and Schweinsteiger, especially Schweinsteiger, more, he's running the game. When he gets it, he's always looking to play forward and looking at little balls, 1-2. We don't see that from our two centre midfield players. They get it, they look, there's nothing there. They think there's nothing there. They go back and square. It slows the game down too much.
Goal kick taken by Germany. It's headed out of play by Barry. I wasn't able to say pre-match what I thought of the England selection. I understand why he went with the same 11. Personally, if King's fit, he should play. That's my view. Let's have one ball player in the centre of defence at least. Here's Lam, the captain for Germany. Hitting it crossfield behind Boateng. Boateng controls it. The left full-back. And now he chips it, overhits it, so we're not the only ones guilty of misplacing passes. That was through to James. James to Upson. 16 minutes left in the first half. And not a lot is happening out there. Germany won't care. They've got the 1-0 lead. By the way, they also won the Grand Prix. Sebastian Vettel. Lewis Hamilton was second in Valencia. Here's Upson. Upson thought about playing it upfield, changed his mind, passed sideways to Cole, and now it's with Lampard, and Lampard awful. Do you ever see Frank Lampard hit such an appalling pass for Chelsea?
He doesn't. You've got to think he doesn't play as deep though, and that's another thing I feel a bit for Frank Lampard in a way, because he's better with people behind him and let him go and attack play. He gets in the box and he scores goals. This is not his strength when he plays in, I don't think, sitting in the midfield.
Half an hour play now, and it ain't going England's way, even if Germany aren't that good. Oh, so that's a nice touch though. Finding Muller on into the penalties, could be 2-0. James blocks Close's effort. That atoned at least for his error at the goal.
Look at Ozil, what a lovely flick there, and what a ball. Closer lifts it, it's 2-0. He hits along the floor. Give James credit, made himself big.
England are lucky not to be 2 behind. Here's Rooney down the left side. He's going to beat Mertesacker easily, but only Defoe's inside the penalty area, and it's played very deep looking for Milner. It's out of play for a throw-in.
Well, that was a counter-attack for England. Germany had committed a few bodies forward for a change, but it was lovely play by Germany, lovely ball by Muller. Closer was never offset. If he lifts it, it's 2-0. He hits it along the floor.
Well, I mean, arguably Terry should have intercepted the pass to Closer. He didn't. James bellows again. But actually, it's lucky it's only 1-0. Now the ball's chipped in, Defoe's offside. His header hit the crossbar. Doesn't matter, don't get worked up. He's offside.
Yeah, he's got 2 yards offside as well. Jermaine Defoe starting to open up a little bit for England. Rooney got a good run down the left, unfortunately overhead his cross, and Defoe just offside, hits the bar with a header.
It's 72 years since Germany failed to reach the quarterfinals, at least the quarterfinals of the World Cup. Would you believe they were beaten by Switzerland? 1938. And they're leading England 1-0 and heading at the moment for a quarter-final game against either Argentina or Mexico. But we've still got the best part of an hour here, and we might have extra time. Upson. Again, hits it unnervingly upfield, wastefully away from red shirts and into the possession of Germany. By the way, England, the other England, the cricket England, 48 for 1. Oh, no. And now it's played forward for Muller. Muller with Podolski available. Into Podolski. Podolski's lack of control, but he shoots low under James' legs. And it's 2-0 to Germany. And it's wretched defending again. And England have a mountain to climb.
You've got to say, Alan, this defence, the two centre-backs and even the full-backs at times, John Terry and Matthew Upson, when they've got a bit of movement and a bit of sharpness, they've got no pace, they can't turn, and that's Matthew Upson's strength after all pace. But Muller just strolls through, could have scored himself, gives it to Podolski, who hits it in from a real acute angle. Anybody who runs from deep, these two centre-halves can't see them coming. There's no pace. John Terry's struggling, terrible with pace. Podolski, it's a great finish from a difficult angle, but you've got to say, Germany's deserved it.
I'm not speaking with hindsight. I would have had King in the team. I don't think Matthew Upson is a particularly good central defender. And John Terry's form is, to say the least, erratic. And the two of them together, well, it's one thing against Slovenia, it's another thing patently against Germany. England will have to get a goal back before half-time, or we can say good night to the South African World Cup of 2010. Graham, can you bear to lift the microphone?
Just about, Alan. It's there's nothing you can say. If you defend like that, I don't care whether you're in a World Cup tournament or a Sunday League tournament, you're going to lose. You're going to concede goals. The back four, the two central defenders are all over the place, and it's so easy to cut through them, as we saw then. Good goal from Germany, you could say that, but so easily done by very, very poor basic defending.
Well, the German fans are ecstatic, as well they should be. But let me give you a reverse situation. Let me think back to 1970. Lyon, England were 2-0 up, remember? What happened? Germany won the game 3-2. Here, Germany lead 2-0, but England have to show an awful lot more than they've shown in the first 34 minutes. Here's Ashley Cole down the left side, and back it goes to Gerrard. Capello needs to get Gerrard in the centre of the action here. Gerrard, that's a good ball forward to Defoe. Defoe's first touch, not the best, but he keeps possession. On to Milner on the far side of the field. England have Lampard and Rooney waiting for the cross. And Gerrard played in towards Lampard. Lampard's touch, I think, deflected off to the goalkeeper and cleared by Germany.
I've got to say, that is where Frank Lampard is what we expect in a Chelsea shirt, what we've seen there. Get him in the box. Don't let him play deep. He's not that type of player. Let him get forward and get in the box, and he will get chances.
Well, he did well there, Lampard, and the goalkeeper, Neuer, did very well too. It was a save by the goalkeeper. 2-0 Germany on 5 Live. Rooney loses it again. The way Wayne Rooney's playing, he actually doesn't merit his place on the pitch. Not good enough. Here's Muller. Muller under close into the penalty area. Johnson's across there, and Johnson clears, I think, off closer. No, the referee from Uruguay's give it a corner.
Tell you what, the movement, I tell you, the prop Muller comes inside and close has movement, and with Podolski in there, so England's back four just kind of cope with them. It's simple as that. They're trying to pass people on, and you can't pass them on unless somebody's willing to pick them up who's spare, but they're all over the shop.
By the way, that goal for Klose was his 50th for Germany, and this is a player who can't get in the Bayern Munich team. Corner to Germany, third goal now, good night. On the far side of the field, arms aloft from Schweinsteiger as he plays it in deep, and it went a long way. Klose is there in the 6-yard box, and James finally makes his move, blocks it, it's behind for another corner.
You can't believe Klose is doing a drag back in between Gerrard and Upson, and he nearly scores. He had no right. James kicks it away with his left foot, diving at his feet.
It's breathtakingly poor defensively from England. In fact, they've got to hang on at 2-0 to half-time. Corner taken by Ozil in towards James, who plucks it from the air. And James, there's no point in belting it upfield because there's nobody there. So he throws it out underarm to Barry in the far side. Back to Johnson. Johnson chips it to Barry, no conviction there. On it goes to Lampard. Get it down, Frank. Lampard to Milner on the far side. Milner back towards Lampard. This is good from Frank Lampard. Down the right side. Defoe waits for the cross. And what happened? The cross was blocked behind for a corner to England.
Well, I think England now actually thinking 2-0 down, got nothing to lose. And now they're starting to relax slightly and have a go.
Corner, taken short. Milner on his right foot, back to Gerrard. Angles acute. Gerrard crosses in. Chance for Upton. It's into the net, isn't it? England have scored through Matthew Upton. A goal back. How badly needed was that? England 1, Germany 2.
Well, I thought they were going to put the cross in a little bit earlier. Eventually it comes back to Gerrard on the corner, 18-yard box on the right-hand side. It's a good delivery. Upton ghosts in. Nobody picks him up. I think it's Boateng who's standing next to him, watching the ball. He gets above him and the goalkeeper's in no man's land. And it's a good header, just hit the target and it goes in, 2-1.
Remember Lyon, reverse. Remember Lyon, 2-1 Germany lead. But the goalkeeper was dreadful actually. Doing a bit of a Peter Bonetti there. So, England have a goal back and they have possession again. Milner onto Defoe. Defoe spins well. Exit the D. Back break for Lampard. It's another goal, is it? Has it crossed the line? It had to cross the line, surely. My goodness, I thought it bounced off underneath of the crossbar. I thought that was over the goal line. So much for the lack of technology. We'll see in the replay anyway. Now Germany on the attack. Ball to Ozil, just outside the penalty. England penalty. Podolski's shot is wide.
I think that was a certain goal.
So do I.
Certain goal, and the linesman was 20 yards off, so he didn't see it. He was on the 18-yard line.
It was a goal. It was a good foot over the line. Well done, FIFA. You don't want technology. What a travesty.
Oh, it's not even close. It's not even close.
Graham, I'm going to bring you in here.
Well, first of all, the German defenders have caught the English disease because their defending was shocking. The goalkeeper coming out, no chance at all. That goal was so obviously over the line. But the assistant referee was so far behind play. He must have been 30 yards behind it. But everybody, you could see it was over the line. What a game this is developing into. Let's hope that Germany continue defending that manner and that England improve. That's
certainly an escape for Germany. Oh. Here's Lampard playing it through towards Defoe. Defoe wide right. Rooney's waiting in the penalty area. Defoe's attempted cross blocked behind for a corner. I just want to say something. The international board should hang their heads in shame. Technology exists so that we know when the ball crosses the line. It's not good enough.
He's not a Russian linesman anyway.
Oh, that's a different era. I don't really care about that. Not even if it was to England's benefit. That was a different era. That was a plain goal. England on the attack after a corner. Gerrard crosses very deep, too deep behind for a goal kick.
He's offside anyway this time. The linesman's got his flag up. But, since England went 2-0 down, they've actually just relaxed and actually had a go, and they've got nothing to lose. 2-0 down, they've got themselves a goal back. And I think Germany need the half-time whistle, never mind England.
Well, we've seen that the Germans are no great shakes defensively as well. Well, who's that? Is that Closer receiving treatment at the moment? I think to his left knee. Sepp Blatter's here. I hope he's proud of himself. 2-1 Germany lead. Ball's out of play on the far side of the field. Johnson couldn't keep it in play, and it will be a throw into Germany. They don't have many options, you know, if Closer's got a problem, because Gomez...
Yeah, he's warming up.
Gomez is the only proper option. Closer put Germany in front. Podolski added to it. Upson has headed England back into the game. And we've got 5 minutes to go to half-time here on 5 Live. The line, by the way, will be open for 6:06, which I'll be presenting, heaven knows when, probably about 5 o'clock your time, if we don't have extra time, if we don't have penalties. 0500 909 693. Throw into Germany. Boateng launches it into the England penalty area. Headed away by Barry. Schweinsteiger to Boateng again. Boateng back to Schweinsteiger. Now down the left side. Crossing right footed. That's a good ball to the captain, Lamb. Lamb controls it, but not well enough. Gerrard's in there, and it came off Lamb eventually as well, and it's out for an England throw-in.
You've got to say, this German team as well, getting under pressure a bit. They haven't got a lot of experience in this team, have they? A lot of young players.
Well, was that really a throw into Germany?
Yes, it was.
Taken by Muller. Back to Khedira, who's a lookalike for Milan Baros, once of Liverpool. And then Germany lose their way. The ball's back with David James. I tell you, the way England were playing, 2-1 out of taken at half-time.
Yeah, you would, yeah.
But it should be 2-2. Here's James. Still to hit the ball upfield. Sign of frustration for the England goalkeeper. He's not sure what proper options he's got.
We're getting beat.
James finally clatters it towards the left side, toward Gerrard, who heads it infield. Khedira doesn't get there. Lampard heads it on to Rooney. Rooney juggles with the ball, and then he loses it to Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger onto Klose. Back now to Muller in a central position. Muller ahead of the centre circle. That's a good ball to the right to Ozil. Ozil now cutting in towards the England penalty area on his left foot. Then beats the fullback Cole. Couldn't beat the challenge of Barry, and it squirts behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, he does that very well, doesn't he? Looks as if he's going to shape, puts Ashley Cole on the ground, just overruns it. Gareth Barry doubling up.
3 minutes to half time, folks, if you can bear the strain. I wasn't nervous before the game, but I'm jittery now the way this thing is playing out. 3 goals in the first half, 2 to Germany, 1 to England. James again slow to take the goal kick. Now he hits it once more towards Gerrard. He's got the beating of Lam in the air. Ball runs through to Defoe. Defoe holds off Mertesacker. Into Gerrard. Back now to Barry. Gerrard again. Gerrard looking for movement upfield, but there isn't any, so he plays it back to Upson. Gerrard once more. Upson again. Onto his left foot. And now it's a better ball to Rooney. Rooney back to Gerrard, and Gerrard hits it directly to the far side. Great ball to Milner. Milner's touch was awful. And it's with Podolski, who finds the full-back Boateng into Schweinsteiger, who plays it to his goalkeeper, who might not have fancied that, and he clears it reluctantly towards the far side, towards the left. Johnson heads it off Podolski, and it's out of play for an England throw-in. 90 seconds before added time at the end of the first half. Lampard, who denied a clear goal. It wasn't even close. Here's Rooney. Back to Barry. Good ball forward. Ashley Cole down the left side. Why didn't he get it under control first time? Manages a second time. Crosses from the left. Deep. Poor. Cleared by Mertesacker. Out of play for a throw-in.
I've got to say, Germany, I think Germany want the half-time whistle more than England at the minute. England's, since they went 2-0 down, have really took the game with Germany. Got the goal back. Should have had another one back. We know with Lampard, but they haven't given it. But it's England have actually upped the tempo, which they should have done from the beginning. Inside the final minute of the first half. Throw goes to Rooney, who's beaten by Khedira, but the ball breaks upfield, and here's Terry to find Johnson inside the centre circle, and Johnson hitting it in the direction of Rooney. Good play by Lam. Not only intercepts it, but he plays it carefully to Mertesacker, and then Mertesacker has another touch which wasn't so good. Finding Lam eventually. Lam's clearance upfield intercepted by Upson, who just belts it on the half volley behind for a goal kick. I'm not going to be any rush to take this. Just come up to half time. We're just looking to see how many minutes they're going to add on. He's getting the board out now. Probably be 1 or maybe 2. I can't think of too many stoppages. I'd bet on a minute. You're listening to 5 Live as you should be, except no imitations. England 1, Germany 2. Here comes the 4th official. He won't hold it up until 45 bang on. England have the ball. Rooney's got on the halfway line. A minute of added time to be played. John Terry. Terry onto Milner. Left by Milner deliberately. Johnson chases after. Can he keep it in play? I didn't think he did. And I was waiting for the linesman to flag. And he flagged belatedly. It's out for a throw-in. Well, there's 1 minute. He's just announced. But Germany again, no rush. Remind me what to do to that Uruguayan linesman should I spot him at an airport later in the tournament. I'll be looking for you, son. Ball is with England, with Cole. 20 seconds of the added time remaining. Now it's with Upson. Gerrard's getting much more involved. I think he's drifting in, saying, give the ball to me and I'll direct affairs. Upson again to Ashley Cole. And Cole back to Upson. It looks as if England are playing out time now to half-time as well. It could have been worse, folks. A lot worse. Terry hits it upfield towards Rooney, who's still not in the game at all. And look, he's showing his frustration. He's screaming at the linesman. He thinks he should have had a free kick. But the truth is, Wayne, you've got to look at your own form, which isn't good enough. And it is half-time. Chris. Well, got to say, Germany for 35 minutes of this game should have put the game beyond. It should have been 3, maybe 4. Lampard's had a half chance and he scored a proper goal, but obviously the linesman was too far up the field to see it cross the lane. And England's came in at the last 10 minutes of the half. So a little bit, if they can keep this tempo up, I can see them getting back into the game.
Upset at least has given England hope with that headed goal. Half-time here in Bloemfontein. England 1, Germany 2.
Well, without question, Mark, but the ultimate payback really for 1966 in this first half. I just wonder how you get to be a linesman at a World Cup, officiating in a game of this magnitude, and to make a mistake like that. A complete travesty. It was outrageous. It was 2 or 3 feet over the line, but we move on. And no changes made, I don't think, by either side. The England lineup, remember, it looks like this. James, who made a couple of important saves actually in that first half. Johnson, Upson, Terry and Cole. Milner, Lampard, Barry, Gerrard, Rooney and Defoe. The Germans with Neuer in goal. Didn't look too clever when he was put under pressure. Lahm, Friedrich, Mertesacker and Boateng. Khedira, Schweinsteiger, Müller, Özil, Podolski and Klose. Podolski and Klose, who really haven't had the best of times domestically, but 40 goals now for Podolski at international level, 50 for Klose. He's now scored 12, by the way, at World Cups, and only Müller with 14 ahead of him now, having of course appeared in this his third World Cup. So away we go in the second half. In the second half, England play from left to right, all in red. Need to put Germany on the back foot straight away. England will need to get Gerrard, I think, more centrally involved as the second half progresses, and they need to channel all the aggression and all the hurt they'll be feeling as well. Certainly there'll be fire in their bellies, because they will know that that ball was well over from Frank Lampard. And if you're just joining our commentary on 5 Live, England really fortunate not to concede early on when James saved from Özil. Then the goal, route one for Germany. Goalkeeper took a kick. Terry let it bounce. Upson dilly-dallied and then was out-muscled by Klose. James stayed rooted to the spot. Klose scored. 1-0 Germany. And then it was Müller who set up Podolski for the second. England getting one back through Upson. Should have been 2-2 at half-time. Lampard's goal not given. Lampard on the ball now. Lampard feeding Ashley Cole over on the far side, the left. Losing the sunshine now. And the players will be happier that it's a cooler temperature. Gareth Barry running backwards, just steps the ball back to Upson once more. Upson, who scored against Germany again. Header on from Rooney, looking for Ashley Cole. And there's Neuer. Remember, Upson scored his other international goal for England in Berlin in a friendly victory for England, 2-1. Here's Chris Waddle.
Well, actually, they've put Özil at right side of the attack on the right wing now. And Muller's gone alongside Klose. He's playing in Özil's role just off the striker.
Why do you think they've done that?
Well, Özil, I thought, would give the ball away. Müller was having a good game. His movement was excellent, and he is a centre forward normally for Bayern Munich.
Friedrich fouls Jermaine Defoe, and the thing is, and he's going to get a yellow card here, Friedrich. He's not going to miss the next game if Germany get through. But the thing is here, when England have managed to turn on the gas here and put the German defenders under a bit of pressure towards the end of the first half, they look vulnerable. This game is not over yet for England. They're trailing by 2-1 here in Bloemfontein, and Lampard, edge of the centre circle, just inside the German half now, preparing to take this free kick. Lifting it in towards Upson. Easy header away though by Germany. Rooney going to try and head it back in again. Shot driven in well wide in the end by James Milner, and that's a goal kick for Germany.
It's just interesting as well, since they came up with the second half, they're warming up Janssen, who's a midfield player, and Cruz, who's a midfield player. So I just wonder if Schweinsteiger's feeling his hamstring slightly. They've got them warming up very early.
Well, that would be great news for England if Schweinsteiger, because he was very, very influential in the early part of this game to settle Germany down. Clearance then by Neuer, the German goalkeeper. Terry almost lost that one, but he managed to recover, and now it's Gerrard stabbing it straight back to the German defenders, and it's going to be a throw-in to Germany. And of course immediately now they're slowing things down here and taking their time. You're listening to 5 Live. Germany 2, England 1 is the score here. It should be 2-2. England having a perfectly good goal not given. The linesman not flagging that the ball was so far over the line it wasn't true. And now the Germans through Lahm miss the ball, and Gerrard takes up possession down the England left. Here comes Gerrard cutting in from the far touchline, and a weak shot in the end from Gerrard. Shovel well wide with Rooney, Defoe and Milner all looking for service.
And Lampard's drifted in there as well. Gerrard likes to come inside on that right foot, trying to get the shot off. Pulls it horribly wide, but it's up to England, yeah. If they go for it, mate, with the tempo high and really put this team under pressure, they will get the equaliser.
And at some point in the second half, England chasing the game may need Joe Cole to perhaps come on if they're going to get Gerrard more centrally involved as Neuer clears now. But England at the same time have to be very careful defensively. Another German goal and that surely would be too much for England to pull back. It's 2-1 to Germany, and we're in the early stages of the second half. Germany now with the enormous figure of Mertesacker finding Lahm over on the right hand side, who's immediately closed down, captain against captain there, Gerrard against Lahm, and it's quite a slow tempo to the start of the second half.
That's no good England. They've got up the tempo. That's what Germany played well when it was slow like it is now. That's what they were good at. But when England upped the tempo and were 2-0 down, Germany couldn't cope with it.
Mertesacker in the end held it for as long as he could and then gave it back to Neuer, and Neuer clears. Neuer's ball into the England defence. Upson has to be careful, judges the header right, and Ashley Cole now almost thought about a dangerous ball back. Instead it's gone back to David James now, who clears to the halfway line. They're looking now for some aggression from Rooney, but it's well won in the air by Friedrich. Second half just settling down here. The ball at times very awkward to control, the bounce of the ball. Long ball hoisted forward. Mertesacker's header sideways to the far side. Lahm will keep it in. Lahm now going past Rooney and then clearing with his left foot, his preferred foot. In steps Matthew Upson, and now Barry with a ball hoisted forward, not accurately enough though, and Germany didn't really need to do that. They conceded a throw-in over on the far side, and the England fans lifted up for their team. Germany leading by 2-1 in the early stages here of the second half. Germany 2-0 up after 32 minutes, by the way. Now it's Johnson of England. Oh, he's hit that straight at Podolski, and England have a throw-in down below on the right-hand side. Fabio Capello we see for the first time, just motioning to Wayne Rooney. Already 5 minutes gone in the second half. Barry now turning away from Khedira. Barry's ball to the far side, trying to find Gerrard. It hits the head of Muller, and it's going to be a throw-in to England on the halfway line. Cole, that's Ashley Cole, throwing it back to Matthew Upson. This is 5 Live at the World Cup. 2-1 to Germany. England, just for once, are going to have to battle back against the Germans in the World Cup. And it's now Steven Gerrard flattened on the halfway line. Referee's played an advantage. It was a foul by Schweinsteiger. Terry into Rooney. Rooney, though, doesn't control it. He's won a free kick against Friedrich. And it's a free kick to England about 15 yards inside the German half. Chance here to test the goalkeeper Neuer once more. Lampard stands over the ball. Lampard should have scored his first goal at a World Cup tournament here. It was not given, it was clearly over the line. It would have made it 2-2. So here comes Frank Lampard now. Will he go for power here and try and get the goalkeeper to make a save, and then they'll come rushing in for the bits and pieces? Lampard's poised. Neuer moves around on his line, and here comes Frank Lampard with a goal. Hit the bar. Lampard strikes the bar. It takes an awful long time to come back, and Upson couldn't get it, and it's Boateng who clears to the far side. What has Lampard got to do to score here? He's already had one goal which should have been given. He's hit the bar with a thunderous free kick, and England come forward once more now. Terry on to Johnson. 2-1 to Germany, but the game is there for England if they can just keep it going here. Milner with a poor ball in though, way above Defoe and Rooney. They need better delivery than that. It's a goal kick.
What a terrific strike by Frank Lampard, wasn't it? What, 30 yards, terrific hit, and the goalkeeper nowhere near it. Third time lucky hopefully for Frank, but England's got a good tempo here. Germany are struggling to they look tired, and they're a young side, they're inexperienced, they're feeling the pressure.
Well, England were all over the place in the first half an hour. They could have been out of the game totally, but now they're coming back strongly here, but they must score the next goal. Germany now looking to Muller over on the far side, on to Klose, who's given offside. And that's a free kick to England, but there's the danger for England.
Yeah, they're always a threat when you've got Muller, Klose, Podolski on the left, and Özil just playing off there. But this back four is getting tested now, and the two boys in midfield are not dominating anymore, the two German boys.
Free kick to England, which goalkeeper James will take. nearly 8 minutes gone in the second half. Germans leading here by 2-1. They were good value in the opening half an hour, but England getting back into the game and then stung by that goal, which wasn't given. And I'm aware of the fact that you may be joining us all the time, and we can't go on too much about 1966, but of course everyone knows what happened there with the Jeff Hurst goal. And here, well, this one there was absolutely no debate at all. No debate. It was 2-3 feet over the line from Frank Lampard. It would have made it 2-2 instead, and now Neuer is really taking a lot of time. The referee needs to really impose himself here. This is deliberate time wasting as Germany's goalkeeper now clears into the England half. There's no challenge coming in from any England player. Ozil drops the ball back to Schweinsteiger on the halfway line, and now Boateng into Ozil and Schweinsteiger looking to lay it forward to Podolski, but England, you feel, are starting to get an initiative here if they can just carry it on. Johnson back again to James. That was uncertain play by the two of them. James clears, and the trouble for England is there's not much height up front when they get the ball forward. Neither Defoe nor Rooney can trouble Mertesacker. Oh, and now Abson's lost the ball easily. It's closer for Germany. Poor play from England. Closest ball in. John Terry's in the way, and it's a corner kick to Germany, far side the right.
John Terry, sloppy ball to Upson. It didn't get near him, and closer read it, and he was away down the right hand side. Yes, Terry's recovered to put it out for a corner to Germany, which will be no rush again. Ozil's drugged over there.
Well, another goal for Germany, and it really will be very hard to see England getting back into this game. 2-1 they lead, and it's a short corner dragged back to Philipp Lahm. Lahm back again to Ozil, wide on the right. Back again to Lahm. They're teasing England. Now the cross comes in, and Wayne Rooney's there with a defensive header. And this time it'll be a throw to Germany over on the far side. But Germany now just having a few moments inside the England half. Throw in, which again they're taking a long time over. Ball thrown down to Lahm, and now it's Ozil trying a couple of tricks down that right hand side, and Lahm takes over, and it's a typical charge from him. Gerrard is there with a good smothering challenge, and Germany win a throw in, which I suspect Lahm was looking for anyway, by the corner flag. 2-1 to Germany on 5 Live, and 35 more minutes to go in this game. Ball thrown back to Mertesacker. Mertesacker finding Lahm again down the German right. They're just keeping possession here, the Germans. Ozil onto Müller. Almost got that back to Ozil. And now Khedira into the area. Good play, good 1-2s there from Germany. Out comes David James. He wants to launch England, and he finds Lampard, and Lampard takes the ball now into the German half. He's got Gerrard on the outside, the left-hand side. Here comes Steven Gerrard, the England captain, taking on Philipp Lahm. Plays the ball into central midfield to Barry. Ashley Cole's made a run. Gerrard again now for England. Gerrard from the angle, wastes it really, hits it straight to the goalkeeper.
He's not going to score from there, Steven Gerrard. He has got talent in that right foot, but there's no way he's going to beat the goalkeeper from that angle. He's got 3 red shirts again in the box. Wayne Rooney was in a terrific position and selected the shot.
We'll hear from Graham Taylor in a moment for the first time in the second half, as Johnson has to take care of Podolski down there, and Johnson keeps it in. 2-1 to Germany. Oh, Johnson very careless as Chris Waddle thumps the table here in frustration and exasperation. Johnson with very poor control there, handing back once more the ball to Germany. It's the tall figure of Boateng, the left back. Boateng's ball in towards Müller. Müller's been a real handful for England today, and now England take possession, and Gerrard from quite a long way out just about gets enough on the ball to send it back to David James. And here's Graham Taylor.
Yeah, I'd like to see a higher tempo from England, but one of the things that have noticeable is that Gareth Barry is certainly hanging back, looking round, and Lampard getting forward, as you said, towards the end of the second half, but he's certainly doing more of that in this particular half as well.
Rooney flicks the ball onto Defoe. Lahm's there in the back pass. Out comes the goalkeeper, who just arrives in the nick of time to thwart Jermaine Defoe. The only problem that personally I'm having here is that there is still anxiety every time Germany go forward. The England centre-backs not really on top form today. It's Steven Gerrard from a long way out, and again he's wasted it. The intent was right there from the England captain, but it's there's no power in the shot, there's no direction, and it's gone wide. Now this game is not over yet, but England must score the next goal, you feel. 12.5 minutes gone in the second half. Germany already quite transparently wasting time here, and it's Lahm on to Schweinsteiger, who's missed his kick, and Chris Waddle wondering how fit Schweinsteiger might be. England now with some tidying up to do. Oh, Ashley Cole, dangerous ball. Barry has to scramble it back quickly. England mustn't be careless like that, and now Barry with the ball towards Rooney, and they need to keep the ball down as well when they get it forward. There's no point putting it in the air towards Mertesacker, who'll win those all day. 2-1 to Germany on 5 Live. And nearly 15 minutes gone in the second half. Already moving towards the time that Capello may think about changes. At the same time, he's mindful of the fact that this could still go to penalties. Hasn't got to take off any of his penalty takers yet, and that's a really dreadful ball by Epson again. It's the third time he's done that. Really poor ball, nothing ball forward. Straight back again to the German goalkeeper, Neuer.
Well, we'll be looking at substitution show. I know Joe Cole's been mentioned, and I'm sure he'll get a chance. I just want to see somebody get the ball off the back foot and pass it forward. You can put Gerrard in there. We know that. and we could put somewhere under Joe Cole on the left, but we need somewhere who's going to get the ball in the middle of the park and start hitting a bit of quality forward to the two strikers and to the two wide men.
A game of complete frustration for England. The disallowed, I keep saying disallowed, it wasn't given, it should have been given, but also the sense that England can put the Germans under pressure here. But now they're having to defend themselves. Podolski, apart from scoring, has been quite quiet. Here's the danger man now, Muller. Nice change of pace. England show him a lot. Oh, they showed him too much of the goal there, Muller. And in the end, he drags the shot wide. But he's the player, this young 20-year-old. England are having problems picking up. He's very tall, composed on the ball, and England just haven't managed to track him at all.
Well, if you look at that, John Terry, he goes past John Terry, he's not there. Gareth Barry, it's Ashley Cole who's run right across the box trying to put him off.
So, half an hour to go here in Bloemfontein. Germany leading by 2-1. England looking to try and climb up the gears here in the second half. It's an hopeful ball from Ashley Cole, but again it's in the air and Mertesacker just stoops and heads it down to his captain Lahm. Lahm's ball in now to Klose and Podolski for Germany. Upson pulling one back for England, who've now won a throw-in over on the far side. But the talking point, and my word will it be a talking point if England go out, will be the goal that should have been given. Lampard's strike off the bar, 2 or 3 feet over the line. Rooney almost got Gerrard through there. It's Ashley Cole who's venturing forward now for England. Rooney for England. Oh, almost got that into Lampard. It was overhit though. But Rooney normally would make those sorts of passes. And out comes the goalkeeper once more. Neuer to throw downfield.
That was a terrific. What's Noah doing throwing? He just throw it straight out of play. Ridiculous. That was a Lampard run which made Rooney play the pass. And that's what you see with Lampard. You've got to get him forward.
I agree with Alan Green. This is not a great German side in terms of the history of the country, but now it's Wayne Rooney for England. Wayne Rooney's ball towards Milner. Milner's ball! That was well held by Neuer this time.
Excellent.
Great. It was really good handling in the 6-yard area by the German goalkeeper.
That was a decent ball. Jermaine Defoe gambles it in the near post. Maybe. It's a good save. Held it well.
Upson now doesn't get the ball away from Klose, but Barry steps in on the halfway line, and Gareth Barry now motoring for England onto Rooney. Rooney goes past one defender. Rooney sets it up for Milner. Can Milner score? Hit it straight at Boateng. Good block there by the left back, but that's so much better for England, who are starting to open up this German defence.
Well, it's starting to get stretched out. The two boys in midfield are feeling the pace for Germany. That's allowing England now to pick up all the second balls.
Milner for England down the right hand side, this time with his left foot, looking to play in Rooney. Again only finds the head of Mertesacker. Germany clear. Klose reaches for it, but Terry managed to get a boot in, and the Germans fail to clear, and it's Ashley Cole for England. Remember, Germany leading by 2-1. Cole can't get past Philipp Lahm though, and Lahm doing very well from that far side, gives it back to Mertesacker, who smoothly finds Schweinsteiger, and that's really good play now by Germany out of defence. Terry winning the ball back, and Barry, the referee, Muller's thrown himself down, and it's Frank Lampard now. Lovely ball by Lampard. Rooney's got away from the defender, looking for Defoe. In goes Defoe. Gerrard was almost in there. Friedrich just managed to get a foot on the ball, the defender. And England almost through there.
Germany are feeling the pace. England's up the tempo slightly, and the two boys in midfield, as say, Khedira and Schweinsteiger, good on the ball, but they're not competing anymore.
Joachim Low may be the manager who has to make changes here, but of course England, every time Germany go forward, have to make sure the door is closed, as Podolski plays a very good ball into Özil. Podolski goes for the return, sends it square to Khedira. Khedira now looking for help from Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger tries a shot! Oh, just wide. James, I think, had it covered in the cricket. England are 100 for 2 with 28 overs left, needing another 113 to win the match in the series against Australia. Chris Waddle.
Well, that was a shot again by Schweinsteiger. I thought Klose was running into the far post, was going to get a simple tap in. But Friedrich in his own box. Talking about Beckenbauer.
Well, Germany at full stretch at times defensively against England. Rooney got away from his marker really well then, and now here comes Defoe. Jermaine Defoe finds Milner down the England right. Rooney's in the penalty area. Cross doesn't come in. It should have done really from Milner. It's a lazy ball by Milner, and now Milner and Johnson trying to take care of Podolski. Johnson, Lampard's appealing for the free kick, but Germany come on a counter-attack once more. 2-1 they lead. The dangerous Özil onto Khedira, the two young players who've come into the side. Back again to Özil. Calling for it over on the far side is Thomas Muller. It's now with Boateng, the left back. He'll try a shot here, and he needn't have bothered. That's gone a long way into the fans behind David James's goal. We've played 18.5 minutes in the second half. Germany 2, England 1. That was the half-time score.
Well, I think what you said earlier in the second half, mate, next goal's vital. Germany get it, you've got to say they'll go on and win it. If England get it, I think England could go on and win it.
Well, here comes the first change for England, and Joe Cole, who told me a couple of days ago he doesn't mind if he only gets on for a minute. He'll give everything, and he's coming on here for James Milner. So Joe Cole, let's just see where he's going to play. He's going to play in Milner's position, is he? Down the right-hand side.
Yep.
So Joe Cole on for England. Harry Redknapp, I can see just a few yards away, of course, is being linked with Joe Cole, trying to sign him for Spurs next season. So the first change of the game sees Joe Cole, who'll be bright and bubbly, and here he comes now for the first time. Mustn't try too hard, though, Joe Cole. Cole taking German defenders with him, and now Lampard to the far side of the field, looking for Gerrard. The bounce is awkward. That's the problem with this ball. Normally that would have found the feet of Gerrard, who's acknowledging Lampard's attempt, and it's out of play for a German throw-in, and we played nearly 20 minutes of the second half. Well, England have had some good pressure, but they haven't been able to make it count here. And remember, denied a perfectly good equaliser in the first half. England looking to go forward once more. I'm just wondering how much longer Defoe will stay down there. He's not getting much change against these German defenders. They have Heskey, they have Crouch, of course, as a possible alternative. Now it's Johnson of England. Johnson moves the ball to Joe Cole, just in front of Fabio Capello. Good ball infield to Lampard. Now Lampard's ball was a nothing one. He thought Joe Cole would continue his run, and out comes Neuer once more in the German goal to make the save. 2-1 to Germany.
You want to keep the tempo up, but you've just got to relax when you get the ball. You know, they're trying to force it. Don't try and force it. Keep the tempo up.
Better ball from Lampard this time. Joe Cole now, hemmed in down this near side. Lovely ball infield to Rooney. Rooney's looking for Gerrard perhaps to make a run. Oh, he was hauled up, blocked there by Friedrich, who's already on a yellow card in this game, remember. That was a cynical professional foul really from Friedrich. Yeah. And England have a free kick. Now remember, Lampard struck the crossbar from much further out, and now can Lampard get the goal that he should have been given in the first half?
Well, I said he should have scored. He hit the bar in the second. Third time lucky for Frank.
Well, he took a free kick in the first half which went straight into the German wall. Neuer, who hasn't been always convincing in the German goal, stands by his near post. England have got everybody forward apart from Ashley Cole. Free kick for Lampard. Needs one of his better ones here. Lampard straight into the German wall once more. Barry steps in for England. He's thwarted on the edge of the area by Lama. Now the break is on for Germany. If they measure the pass right, they find Podolski. England has stretched a bit here. It's Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger for Germany, trying to release Muller. Muller's onside, can finish England. Oh, he has done. Thomas Muller on the counter-attack, fed by Schweinsteiger, has probably now put this game beyond England despite all of the pressure in the second half. Mick Jagger's here today, but I'm afraid it could be all over now.
I tell you what, why don't you leave three back? You know he's going to hit the target with a free kick, or try and hit the target. You've got one back on the halfway line, and the three players you didn't want to break for Germany, well, the three who come away with it, and Muller probably being the best player in the park today. Great finish.
It was always going to happen. Pressure from England. Classic breakaway. And Muller, who's been such a handful for England throughout the game, scores to make it 3-1 to Germany and is any way back. We're moving towards the halfway point of the second half as Gerrard now tries to release Ashley Cole. We said the next goal was vital. The controversy of the Lampard goal not given in the first half. Halfway point of the second half. Alan Green.
Well, I'm not giving up on this yet. There's still 22 and a half minutes. And by the way, in the last few minutes of Mike's commentary, we've been told officially here that the referee, on seeing images of the Lampard effort in the first half, responded by saying, "Oh my God." So at least he knows a ricket was made. But it's 3-1 now. No point dwelling too much on that Lampard effort. Germany certainly have a huge advantage. Johnson lost the ball there when he really shouldn't have done. Khedira forward. Johnson gets in, makes a tackle. Still can't get the ball back for England. Now it's Boateng chipping it in from the left side. Oh, that's going to run again to Muller. Muller shot wide.
Midfield all over the place. Tell you, Muller just drifts in. Ashley Cole doesn't know where they're going. I would change it now. I'd get Heskey or Crouch on now. And Beckenbauer's our kick and rush. We can't play them in football at times. You may as well put a target up there.
It's as well that was a slice shot from Muller. Graham Taylor.
Well, I have to say this, that I think Muller has been Germany's best player. I think the intelligence of the man, for such a young man as well, has been excellent. England have a hard task now ahead of them, there's no doubt about that.
Here's Lampard in a good position, back to Barry. Barry's pass to Gerrard was awkward. Gerrard crossed it, took a deflection off Lamb, and it's a corner to England.
Another response by England, but they always look dodgy on there. They kind of defend this counter-attack in Germany. I would put somebody on now up front, some target, and go for it.
Gerrard's corner from the left, hit right-footed, deep, too deep, headed away by Khedira, and out of play it goes. And I'm looking down, Emil Heskey will enter the fray very shortly. Throw in by Johnson to Terry, who's still over the attack, and then Cole with a weak attempted cross, cleared by Germany up over the halfway line, and he's away. He's away, my goodness. Ozil into the penalty here. He only had to pull the ball back. It's 4-1 Germany. Muller scored again on the counter-attack, and now we can say it's all over now.
Put Heskey on in centre-half. This is unbelievable. Every counter. Why don't they leave flip body back with a bit of pace?
England's defending has been awful. Absolutely awful. It's 4-1 to Germany. And the man of the match, Muller, has got his second goal. And he deserves it, the youngster. Well, I don't know what we can expect from Emil Heskey now. Do you know something? And I know you said about Defoe. What has Rooney done? Not just in this game, but in this World Cup. Nothing. England to restart, but not before the substitution is made, and it's Heskey for Defoe.
Well. We're needing goals, and they're taking a bloke out and put the ball in it if Heskey knocks it down.
0500 909 693 is the number to call for 606, which comes up at 5 o'clock here on 5 Live. England 1, Germany 4 in Bloemfontein. Terry's had a shocker. Upson has been poor. I've no great faith in either fullback nor in the goalkeeper. Who does that leave in the defence that you can praise?
Anyway, did you see that goal, Ozil? Even Nooks make actually call. How easy is that?
Well, it's veering on humiliation.
So young players, he's taken Muller off. Feeling sorry for England.
Yeah, Muller's going to be replaced by Gomez. And here's another change. Klose is being taken off, replaced by Tarkowski. And is there going to be how many changes have we had here? Oh, Gomez on for
Tarkowski on for Muller.
And Tarkowski on for Muller. Oh dear. Heaven help us. 18 minutes to go. It looks like it'll be Germany against Argentina or Mexico. Argentina playing Mexico tonight. Commentary on 5 Live at 7:30. Heskey claims that he was fouled. The referee's given the free kick. Well, I hope the referee and the linesman can sleep well in their beds tonight, you know. Free kick to England. Midway inside the German half. England right. Barry's going to take it. Upson and Terry are up there. Barry plays it in toward the far post. Out comes Neuer, and Neuer with both fists punches it away out of play on the far side of the field for a throw in to England, who have only 18 minutes to go. And can they score 3 times in 18 minutes? And now another throw in conceded, but further away from the danger area. England throw. Terry's about to take it, throwing it to Lampard. Back to Terry, chipped on to Gerrard. Gerrard lost it initially, wins it back, finds Lampard, on to Gerrard again. Good challenge by Mertesacker, and England are prone to the counter-attack again here. It's played down the left-hand side. Podolski can't keep it in play though, and it's a throw into England.
Every time they nick the ball on the edge of the box, you think, goal. They've got so much pace going forward.
Throw-in goes to Joe Cole, and that's a terrible ball from Joe Cole. Terrible. And now it's with Ozil on this near side of the field to Podolski. Ozil again, and he tried to roll the ball under his right foot. Johnson clattered into him and concedes the free kick. That was out of frustration. And a bit of cheek, of course, provoked it by Ozil. Well, they are taking the mickey now, Germany. I don't think they're 4-1 better. Not 4-1 better. But that's what the scoreline says. And here's Boateng into Khedira. And on now to Podolski in the near side of the field. Back to Boateng. Time is not just running out for England. It ran out for England a few minutes ago, really. Long crossfield ball, not kept in play on the far side of the field by Tarkowski. And it's a throw-in to England. Taken by Cole to Barry. Barry slow, almost caught in possession here. Is caught in possession here, but the referee kindly decides that's a free kick. All the heads are down now. Terry to Johnson and on to Joe Cole. England have to strike very quickly now. Have to pull it back to 4-2 at least to give any hope. Oh, Cole falls over the ball, loses it. Podolski to Khedira, on to Ozil. And Ozil moving in towards Schweinsteiger. Ooh, Johnson belted into Schweinsteiger. He's very close to a yellow card.
Well, next time
Johnson.
Definitely. He could have got it on. That's 2 in a row in the last 5 minutes. But England now, their heads have gone. Alan, you're right. People's heads have gone. It just, you're looking for a bit of inspiration. We're not even having a go now. Germany are in total control of this football match.
Quarter of an hour left for play. Germany leading 4-1. They've got a free kick. Schweinsteiger will just tap it to Podolski, presumably. Back to Schweinsteiger. And on to the near side, Ozil. Back to Boateng. Boateng into Schweinsteiger. And Barry in aggressively wins it well. He finds Gerrard, and Gerrard hooked it on and didn't watch where Tarkowski was. Tarkowski now for Germany. Little figure running through the midfield. The England midfield, unfortunately. Now Ozil. Back to Boateng, just ahead of the halfway line. And England are just chasing German passes all over the pitch. Lamb, the captain, on the far side of the field. In now to Gomez. Tarkowski again. Tarkowski. Back to Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger guides it to the right side to Lamb. Back to Khedira. That's an awful lot of German passes put together now. Tarkowski once more. Khedira. And they're giving it the ole, the German fans, and frankly you wouldn't blame them. The team's leading 4-1 against their bitterest rivals, and a place is ahead in the quarterfinals. Here's Podolski, scored the second goal. Podolski running away from Heskey. We need a Heskey upfield, but it's back now to Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger now to the near side to Ozil, and in the last few minutes England have been given a passing lesson by Germany. Boateng, sorry.
How long had the ball? It's quite unbelievable. They're winning 4-1 and England can't get near them, and everybody's trying, and that's the sad part. People saying it before the game on about this team, Germany.
Here's Khedira on the Gomez flag, stays down. He looked well offside. The same linesman on the far side of the field. Nothing came of it. Interesting to see the replay. Gerrard to Barry. And Barry just outside the centre circle, now inside the centre circle. And seemed to overhead the pass to Joe Cole. Cole did well to control it. Finds Rooney. Rooney now moving infield. And then he's tackled by Schweinsteiger. Rooney still has the ball though. 13 minutes to go. Rooney crosses in towards Cole, headed away. Rooney looks a disgusted, disgruntled figure.
Tell you what, Germany will be thinking of that 5-1 that time in Germany. They'll be trying to get revenge. I'm telling you.
I can see it happening. Here's Boateng. Boateng moving infield, and he's inside the England half. Leaves it for Schweinsteiger. To Ozil, back to Schweinsteiger. Schweinsteiger now to Friedrich. Schweinsteiger, Boateng.
Schweinsteiger's been unbelievable. Muller's been excellent. Schweinsteiger you just can't get near him. Sorry, England cannot get near him, the midfield boys.
But Khedira and Schweinsteiger had gone very quiet at the start of the second half.
Yeah,
now they're just ruling the kingdom.
Look at this now. I mean, it's it.
Ozil. Tackle finally by Terry. Ball breaks out of play, and it'll be a throw into Germany. And we've got 12 painful minutes left here on 5 Live.
Capello's just gone mad at Joe Cole. He's saying, what are you doing over there? Get yourself on the right hand side where I told you to play. He's told Gerrard to get back on the left. Well, it's going to make a lot of difference, to be perfectly honest, but
crowd a little over 40,000. watching what has become a debacle for England. Poor header away by Johnson. Podolski shoots. Blocked by Upson's body. Ball rebounds to Lampard. Back to Gerrard. Rooney's furthest upfield. The pass goes to Joe Cole. Cole now to Lampard. Ashley Cole's available on the far side. That's a good ball to Cole, though it bounced awkwardly. Cole heads it back. Barry takes it on his chest. On to Cole. They want to get the ball down, England. Instead it goes out of play and it's going to be a throw into Germany.
Who's got it again? Schweinsteiger. Oh, where's John Terry going?
Oh, here's Gomez leaving Terry, running at Upson, running into the penalty area. Upson still holding up. Oh, Gomez shoots high and wide.
Well, he shouldn't have shot, should he? Done well. He got near the byline. He should have just played it off Upson or turned back out and kept possession. No response at all from England.
No, none at all. We've got 11 minutes to go. Johnson with a clearance upfield towards Heskey. Heskey, good header to the right side to Joe Cole. Cole gets the ball on the floor. Back to Lampard. Lampard sluggish again. To Barry. And on to Cole on the far side. Gerrard breaks forward, but Cole plays it infield to Barry. England are so slow now. They've almost lost the ball there, Barry, when there should have been no pressure on them at all. Upson plays it behind Terry. And Terry, look at that. There's no German player within 40 yards, and he couldn't bring the ball under control. At least not initially. Rooney to Lampard. On to Gerrard. Gerrard feeds it, overhits the ball towards the left side, well ahead of Ashley Cole, and it's behind for a goal kick.
Well, I don't know what to say. I'm just, we were talking before the game. I knew Germany's a dangerous team. I've said that all along, but England's made them look like world champions, and I know we'll say if Lampard's goal goes in, there's a change of face again. Apart from that, they've cut us apart. First half half an hour, second half an hour. We haven't got near them.
Argentina will take them. Here's Joe Cole, midway inside the German half. A elaborate dive from Joe Cole. It wasn't a free kick. Lampard takes it up from Heskey's pass. Lampard right side. Lampard now. It glides it in towards Barry. Gerrard moves forward. Rooney to Gerrard into the penalty area. Gerrard shoots wide.
What a save.
What a save, actually. He got a touch in it. Neuer.
What a save that was. That was a little bit better by England, a little bit quicker. Little give and go. Gerrard takes it. Lovely little trick to get the space. And what a left-handed save by Neuer. Brilliant save.
Good save. Inside the last 10 minutes. England corner. Played into the penalty area. Headed cleared. Cole on the volley. Shoots at goal, but it's cleared by Germany again. And also is brought down by Johnson. That's a yellow card. And if England were to appear in the quarter-finals, Johnson would not be in the team, but of course that's a formality. It ain't going to happen.
Well, he's quick. Showed it. Johnson, that's his third foul in the last 10 minutes, so he was heading for it and he got it.
The caption on the television monitor says, misses next match. As if that matters. Right, another change for Germany.
Kessling.
Yeah. A striker. Well, I don't know. Who do you bring off? Podolski?
I think he may take Özil off.
Schweinsteiger for Germany. This is painful to commentate on. Germany are finishing this game so superior to England. Into Khedira. Schweinsteiger again in the centre circle. Schweinsteiger plays it casually with the outside of his right boot accurately to Podolski. Into Ozil. There are more goals for Germany here if they want them. Schweinsteiger back to Boateng. Boateng now to Podolski. Boateng again. Podolski, goodness gracious, Joe Cole was late there and the referee saw it. Podolski to Ozil. Johnson in with a challenge. That's a fair one inside of play. And I think the Uruguayan referee just having a very quiet word with Joe Cole. It is indeed Ozil who's coming off. Yep. And Keisling coming on.
Well, Ozil for me started the first 20 minutes. He looked very nervous, lost the ball, but he's always an influence how this team play. He links the play up ever so well. Very good play and a big future in the game.
Well, Capello may as well send on Beckham in his suit for all the difference it will make. England 1, Germany 4 on 5 Live. 7 minutes to go. Germany throw in. Cleared by Johnson, out of play. And another throw to Germany. Boateng to take it. Why are you looking at my stopwatch, hoping that it's rushing towards the 45 minutes?
Yeah, because I think Germany's going to score again.
Oh. Here's Ashley Cole on the far side of the field. Upson's behind him. Cole's under pressure, loses the ball. That's terrible. Here's Keisling, and then England forced it that Barry made an interception and gets it back to David James.
Ashley Cole losing the ball far too easy. It's just summed England up. I know people might say we'll go about Lampard's goal, rightly so, it was a goal, but I've got to say the best team's winning.
The number to call to join in 606 0500 909 693. Podolski, great ball into Keisling, back to Schweinsteiger in the centre circle. Schweinsteiger just runs away casually from Barry, finds Boateng, then Boateng's pass was behind Podolski. Here's Lampard to Gerrard. There has to be considerable thought given to what England do after this shambles of a World Cup. With one decent display against Slovenia, semi-decent, but remember the standard of the opposition, not the highest. And ultimately, whatever the grumbles about Lampard's, quote, non-goal, we end up being outplayed by Germany. My optimism before the game, totally misplaced. Blind faith. Here's Khedira. Khedira now to Schweinsteiger. And on to Podolski, back to Boateng. A little over 5 minutes to go. It's hit upfield. Upson was back there, and the ball runs through to James. Mick Jagger, as Mike was saying, watching on. He was watching on last night in Rustenburg, USA and Ghana.
He doesn't bring any team much luck, does he?
Now here's Keisling. Stay away, making future. Keisling, a yard outside the penalty area. Not a good ball to Tarkowski. Tarkowski still gets there. Beats Ashley Cole easily on the inside. Up to the edge of the penalty area. The pass back, allowed by Schweinsteiger to reach Khedira. Now it's Lahm on the far side of the field. Germany leading 4-1. Wright Phillips will be coming on shortly for England. What difference will that make? What's the point? Schweinsteiger on the far side of the field. Back to the centre circle. To Friedrich. Friedrich plays that forward like the most cultured of midfield players. To the left side of Podolski, who exchanges passes with Boateng. And then he threads it towards Keisling, intercepted by John Terry. John Terry has the ball again inside the penalty area. Back it goes to David James. And we've got 4.5 minutes to go before the added insult of added time.
I can't believe what I'm saying. I think Germany's a very good side. I've got to say, I said before, Alan, but England, since they went 4 down, they've chucked it. They've never even put them under any pressure. They've never had a go. Gerrard's had a shot, which was a great save. Apart from that, Germany must have had, last 10 minutes, they must have had 80% of the possession. Well, they've got it again.
Well, they've never gone more than 20 years between winning World Cups, Germany. They won in 1990. Who knows? Here's Gomez forward. Gomez steps on the ball inadvertently. Picked up by Khedira. This is shocking from England, and finally the flag's up for offside to relieve the pain.
Glenn
Johnson.
Here
comes Wright Phillips for Glenn Johnson. I think probably they're thinking that actually Johnson's only his left thigh. He's trotting off injured.
I think that's where he's been turned off Podolski that many times.
Oh dear. Oh dearie dearie. England 1, Germany 4.
We know what we'll do, Alan. After this, we'll go home and we'll try and say the linesman got it all wrong with a goal, which he did, and that'll be it. And we'll say, right, what are we going to do? And in 4 years' time, we'll be saying exactly the same thing, and we'll be going through the same agony as usual.
Except this time we don't even have the quarterfinals, Chris.
We're not good enough. Why do people always build us up into this wonder team? We're not.
It's a media thing. It is definitely a media-driven thing. And the players are indulgent. They like it as well. They talk themselves up. We haven't come to South Africa to do well. We've come here to win it.
Yeah, good luck.
Oh, dear. Schweinsteiger. I still don't think this German team will win it.
Hey, look, they've got on the day they've started, they've had 5 players from under 21s. How many under 21s will we have in this team? We're getting this team.
Here's Rooney, who's had a shocking World Cup, and is tackled easily, loses the ball. At least it's a corner. Well, you know, I hope nobody starts building up Wayne Rooney again next season. After this, Rooney himself's going to take the corner. Short to Gerrard. Gerrard, edge of the penalty area. Onto Rooney, into the penalty area. And Rooney shoots at goal. Blocked. Attempted shot at goal by Barry. It's blocked too. Behind for another corner.
Well, Germany just switched off. Yeah, let England do what they want. It was like saying go and score if you want, and we still didn't.
What was Wayne Rooney doing taking the corner in the first place? Now it's Gerrard to take it from the right side. Lots of red shirts in the German penalty. And Rooney just wafted his right foot at the ball and said, oh, it doesn't matter. and he caught it with the outside of his right foot. It looked in the air and was caught by Neuer. Such disinterest.
But what I'm saying,
pitiful.
Alan, innit? They've got 5 under 21s and maybe 6 in the squad, right? But they've developed their game. Whether it's coaching from young, whatever. Our game's going backwards. And we keep saying the same thing. Every tournament we do nothing about it.
Rooney to Lampard, 30 yards out, shoots at goal, save with the goalkeeper.
Well, we've had 3 chances in 3 minutes. Bit late.
Yeah, and also it doesn't. It feels as if it doesn't matter.
Germany or not?
There's no excuse for Rooney.
Germany's not that interested now.
No. But what do you put that Rooney attempt down to? I couldn't care less. Look, I'm sure Rooney does care. And the linesman should have had the flag up there against Keisling. It doesn't matter in the end because it's out of play for a throw-in. We're inside the final minute of the game.
What'll it be, 2 minutes?
Oh no, I think they'll have at least 3 just to pour on the agony. At least 3. 0500 909 693 is the number to call if you want to chat to me on 606, which will be coming up in around about a quarter of an hour. The England's World Cup is over here in Bloemfontein. I watched the result of the 2 games yesterday and I thought England should have been in that half of the draw. They really should have won Group C.
Alan had half an hour, 45 minutes maybe.
Against Slovenia.
And that's it.
The pass down the right side to Wright Phillips. Wright Phillips' control wasn't great. Then he gets the cross in and it's saved on the near post by Neuer.
There's the board.
How many minutes? Go on. You may as well make it 4-2. Thank heavens for that. Thank you very much, Uruguay. Into time added on for stoppages. 4-1 to Germany. Neuer hits it upfield. Wright Phillips allows it to go out of play. And there will be a throw-in to England. And you look around the hundreds of flags that adorn this arena. Flags of the Cross of St. George. People who spent, thousands of pounds getting here. And what have England given them? Nothing.
Yeah, I'll tell you, 45 minutes and probably all action. Put the whole games together and they probably did 45 minutes of what we expect.
Well, that's not good enough out of 4 matches.
Well,
90 minutes of play each time. That's 360 minutes. 45 good minutes.
Yeah, I would say.
Lampard takes it upfield. It was always ahead of Rooney, but normally Rooney would have been rushing after it. It bounces through to Neuer. And you've only got 60 seconds to count down now, folks.
Well, I hope the FA and everybody's looked at this. We need to change our system, and we'll not. And we'll be saying the same thing in the Euros, and we'll be saying the same thing in Brazil.
Khedira on to Schweinsteiger, and Schweinsteiger runs away from Barry. He's approaching the penalty. It's a great run by Schweinsteiger. He's got Podolski to his left. The pass hit Wright Phillips, still reach Podolski. Back to Schweinsteiger. There's still a chance for 5-1 here for Germany. Back to Khedira. And thankfully, Khedira turns away from goal initially. Now it's to Boateng on the near side of the field. Schweinsteiger once more. Schweinsteiger rolling the ball under his right foot.
He's been quality, hasn't he? I mean, he's a right-sided midfielder, converted to centre, and he's ran the game.
Finally, he's tackled.
He's offside.
Oh, he's offside.
He's absolutely ran the game with a bad hamstring.
And at least that means it's an England free kick, and with only 7 seconds to go of added time, at least we're not going to lose by 5-1. Ashley Cole on the far side of the field. The Uruguayan referee blows his whistle. England's World Cup is over. It's finished in a dreadful defeat to Germany. Absolutely shocking. England 1, Germany 4.
Well, I've got to say it's totally embarrassing. I think, Germany dominated the first 35 minutes. England came back. Yeah, it could have been 2-2 half time, but let's be honest, Germany ran the game from the off. Second half, first 10 minutes, England had a go. Apart from that, that's 20 minutes for me in the game. England competed and looked like we're going to get something. But Germany, far better team, technically, tactically, absolutely hammered with.
Painful.